You know it's your boy Lemon, and let me tell you something. You want to be PlayStation 5 and Xbox Scarlet ready next generation? Well, this is why we here, and your boy is going to help you get over the mark. TV, switch boxes, low end to high end, and for you dudes fronting about 8K, 8K, you going to see the reality of what 8K stand for when it comes to behind the TV. This is why we here. Facts.
What it look like, people? You here with Sip Saki, the legendary DJ Logic, and the legendary DJ Lighty Rex. We're here with 108 Dragon TV, where you get your gaming news.
First thing we're going to talk about today is PlayStation 5 Scarlet, comparable power. They're aiming for the high end. And most people out there, man, I see everybody on Twitter talking about 8K all in their names. Let me explain something to you guys. Let's just keep this real. Your boy Lemon is keeping this real with you, and I can't be no realer than this. Let's not jump the bridges. If these systems come out and they are able to do anything in 4K, it will be upscaling. You heard it here first. Upscaling. They will not natively push anything out 8K. Even today, they have released a sneak peek of what the PlayStation dev kit, or which we know it ain't the final system, because the final system is usually done 6 months before that the systems come out. But they're not really hitting the numbers that you would think. It's only comparable to like a 1080, which is a 1080p graphic card. It could push some 4K at 30, but let's just keep this real here. New Navi, new Ryzen, faster memory, GDR6. We don't know how much. I guarantee you it's going to be no lower than 16 gigabytes of GDR6. We're also going to have these super fast SSDs. We're also going to have, like the Xbox One, 2.1 spec HDMI for gaming. Now, what does this all mean? This is why your boy Lemon is out in these gaming streets, and I'm going to explain things. I'm going to give you TVs that's going to fit your budget. I'm going to give you TVs that might be out your budgets. And for you frauds out there, and that 8K all in your name on Twitter, I can guarantee you, when I say these 8K TV prices, you're going to be right back down to that low end. Like, I know where my wallet stops. Facts. But let's just hop straight into this gaming news, and let's just keep it real here. Your boy Lemon is only bringing you the facts. Now we know both the Scarlet and the PS5 will be powered by AMD's next gen 7nm architecture. We all know this. But the thing is, you gotta excuse me, my house is hot as fish grease, and I don't want to come on no AC on the fans because it's gonna mess with that mic. But now we know it's gonna be powered by AMD's architecture. Now this is what's gonna be crazy. It will be closer to a PC counterpart in terms of power. Yes, we will have it. What type of power? We don't know. But I'm going to also explain to you about everybody yelling about this ray tracing. Right now, confirmed from Microsoft, they have built-in hardware to do with ray tracing. A lot of people don't even understand what ray tracing is. Sony has also not committed to saying how they'll be doing ray tracing. It is rumored to be software, which that's what the 1080 Ti series does, and the 960. And it doesn't fare well for those graphic cards on PC. Software wise, you definitely need an RTX 260 or 2060 or 2070 or 2080 or 2080 Ti to even get close to what ray tracing can do. For those people who don't understand ray tracing is beautiful reflections, real-time reflections, excellent shadows. Listen, I don't understand why they even pushing this narrative, because all it's going to do is bog down processing power. As I have a 1080 Ti on my PC, I turned on ray tracing and it bogged my goddamn 1080 Ti down. And I have a custom edition worth $850, and trust me, an RTX Asus. Trust me, Strix rather. Asus Strix. Trust me. I don't even care about fancy shadows. Now, let's get into what will be able to take advantage next generation, and are you prepared? For you people out there that bought these TVs that's 60 hertz, you're already behind the 8 ball for these 4K TVs. First of all, if you have an Xbox One X, it has wonderful features in terms of you can do 2K already at 120 frames per second. We're going to get into what TVs do that, and if you have a TCL, a Hisense, Insignia, or Vizio, you are definitely not in the ballpark. Facts. This is my 2019 recommendation for next year TVs that will be able to take advantage of the Scarlet and the PS5, hands down, no problems. Not all the bells and whistles, but these are entry-level TVs that you might want to get into. First of all, let's talk about the infamous TCL 6 Series 2019 fully backlit mini LEDs, thousands of them, backlighting, high contrast ratio, HDR10 plus, Dolby Vision, low button input lag, and variable refresh rate. This is a TV that is great, bang for buck. Do not go with a Hisense, do not go with an Insignia, Best Buy brand, and do not go with the Vizio P series. Trust me, if you want bang for buck, the TCL 6 Series 2019 is knocking it out the ballpark. Now, if you want to step it up a little bit, you can get into the same price range comparable TVs from Samsung. They have the Samsung Q60R and the Q70R. These are both entry-level 4K TVs. Now the problem with them two TVs is they don't have the Dolby Vision HDR built into it, but they damn sure have the HDR plus. They have the best input lag, and it has a sharper image than the TCL, but they're a little bit higher range in terms of quality because they're QLEDs, but they might be a little bit more pricey. TCL is definitely the way to go. Now, if you want to take advantage of those variable refresh rates between 2K and 120 frames per second on like the Xbox One X is able to do, a lot of these TVs right now, they cannot do the 2K at 120 frames a second, as comes the HDMI 2.1 spec that basically the only current device on the market for the last 2 years is the Xbox One X with this feature. Now, when I get into the high-end TVs from Samsung, we're going to talk about what they offer, and let's go from here. Facts. Now, let's get into more of a high-end or medium range to high-end TV. Samsung 8 series, Samsung 9 series, the Q80R and the Q90R. Now, these TVs are full array backlit TVs. Once again, they have HDR10 plus, no Dolby Vision. They have the lowest input lag between all these TVs that I mentioned previously. The problem is with these TVs is they cost a lot of money. 65 and 55 is kind of reasonable, but if you're trying to touch anything 75 inches, you're looking at $32.99 and better. I would not recommend these TVs for everybody, and these are 4K TVs, but they do take full advantage of next generation Scarlet and PS5. First of all, they both have the mode with 120 refresh rate at 2K, which the Xbox One X currently does. This will definitely be a possible firmware update to 4K at 120 frames a second. Now, if you're willing to spend big money, for those people out there, that's what you look for. These are the TVs that you look for, biggest bang for buck. And if you're not worried about burning, you can also pick up an OLED from LG, the C8 from last year, which is roughly the same as the C9 as this year. So you could definitely look at, or the E9 from this year. You could definitely look into those TVs. Me, myself, I put my PC on my TVs. I put my consoles on my TVs. I put my cable box. My TV is basically the brain of the whole situation in terms of video quality for me. I wouldn't buy no OLED, but they give you a beautiful, dense, black color depth that cannot be rivaled by QLED, because each pixel can be individually turned off in their picture quality. Now that's crazy. To give you the deepest blacks you could possibly get, they can control each dial node in the market. That's what I'm talking about. But like I said, there's always a risk of burning. Games like FIFA have a great chance of burning. Games like Madden, those games have a lot of static images on the screen. Fighting games have a lot of static images on the screen. Now, let's get back into this ray tracing. The way Microsoft is going about it is a little bit better than what Sony's doing. If Sony is doing software, that's going to be a resource hog. They could build a monster of a machine, but I'm telling you, if they do software and not a hardware decoding for ray tracing, I'm not big on ray tracing, but it will bog down the next generation trying to get fancy shadows, and I am completely against that. I want more bang for buck. I want graphic fidelity. Now, this is the main point of any TV, from the TCL to the Q70R to the Q60R. Usually they come with one HDMI port that will be able to do all these fancy functions, and you're going to need a switch box that's going to be able to plug up to that one port that you could plug up 4 different items. And this switch box that I'm showing you here is the best switch box on the market, and when I bought it, it was $180. Now you can get it on Amazon for like $46.99. You should buy this right now. I currently own it. It's excellent. It's fully compatible with all the systems. You do not want a switch box that plugs into that one port that you need to run multiple consoles and give you any type of errors. This is highly recommended from your boy 108. Definitely look into this. I will put links in the description to all these items and TVs, and you go out there and look at what you might want to get, or maybe you don't want to wait till next year. But I'm telling you now, look at the 2019 TVs that I'm showing you. They should be lower next year, and get these TVs, because this is where it starts at. If you want to talk about power, if you want to talk about graphic fidelity, you can't have an Insignia TV and a PlayStation 5 or Scarlet. It's not happening. You ain't gonna see next to nothing what the system is capable of doing. Now, for you 8K buffs, this is an 8K TV for your ass. Look at these prices. Please stop it on Twitter with this 8K next to your name. If y'all not 8K, y'all not even 4K half the market. It is crazy out in these gaming streets how quickly people want to adapt the resolution and just ain't spending that bang for buck. Facts. I hope y'all got all this information in your heads. I hope this helps out everybody greatly, man. And if you have any comments on anything you ever need to know tech-wise, remember, your boy buys high-end. So anything I talk about that's high-end, I'm 95% going to get it. And I will be able always to give you a low-end, medium-range level for everybody to meet everybody's budget. Because that's why 108 Dragons TV is here. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode. Like and subscribe if you're enjoyed this content. And yes, it took a lot of work to get this done, but this is what I do. Let's get out here in these gaming streets. Enjoy your gaming, man. I appreciate everybody.